Canadian versus American if quality is not an issue?
I think the onus is on us to break it and push that music. Like, I remember, I think it was like the day that Drake dropped Ransom, I was out in Montreal with Sir Lancelot and we were doing a party. And we were playing, you know, club bangers, American music mostly, because that's what the hits were. And we played that record and we pulled it up and everyone stopped dancing and looked at us like we were retarded. They didn't know what was going on. And this was right on the verge, the cusp of Drake blowing up globally, right? But we just felt the song and we supported him as an artist. So we broke the record to 800 people in Montreal that night. And, you know, the song caught on a few days later and those people are going to remember you in the club breaking that record to them first. So I think the responsibility falls on us to push the quality music that we stand behind as DJs. If we're not doing it, you know, the program directors aren't going to do it. No one's going to do it for you. So it starts with us. I think we have to take a stance in the club and take a risk, and people might stop dancing, but if that's what it's going to take to let people know that, hey, I'm telling you this is a hot record, you guys need to pay attention, and I'm going to stop the music and pull it up and play it from the top, then people will slowly start to understand, you know what I mean? I think we have a lot of responsibility as DJs. In the States, you see that going on all the time. If you go to New York, these guys are behind their records and artists so heavy that they're pulling them up and breaking them. Obviously, it's our duty to please the crowd and keep them dancing, but I think there's a fine line between always pleasing a crowd and breaking and supporting talent that we're behind.
Musically insane.
Yeah, I'm just, well, from a radio perspective, I'm not really much of a club DJ, but from a radio perspective, we've played songs, as long as the quality level is the same, right? People can't tell the difference. Because we don't play a song and say, hey, yo, this is your Canadian dude, you know what I'm saying? Because people all of a sudden get this mental thing and they turn off. We don't want to hear who that guy is because you said he's Canadian. But if you just play the song in the mix, we've had people call up saying, yo, who is that? And when they find out that person's from their own hometown, they're completely shocked. Right. So quality level, I think we're there. It's just getting that mental block out of people's heads that just because it's Canadian doesn't mean it's inferior to what's out there right now.
Definitely. Today's show, we are going to cover a lot of different topics regarding Canadian hip-hop, and this one featuring the music, we left it to some very capable hands on DJ Channel 9, Musically Insane, Grand Wiz. Respect. We want to thank you for coming through and talking about that. We're going to continue the conversation. There's no question that when you take a quick scan of the dial and take in radio, pop television, or even the club scene, urban music and urban influence is paramount in the experience of those mediums. If quality is no longer the overlying factor to barring Canadian urban music from our playlists, then what could that remaining factor be? And if we can answer that question, Canada, what steps will we take to further embrace urban and, in this case, hip-hop culture in Canada? Or is it already happening? After the commercial break, we will look beyond the music to see how hip-hop culture is being incorporated into the arts and speak to a few guests who deliver some very interesting and creative events themselves, speaking about Canadian hip-hop. This is CHRY 105.5 and you're listening to Richer Than Music, Canada's Getting Colder, a perspective on Canadian hip-hop culture.
It was a cool and lonely shout style that could worse of the smile, shock another to the fact.